Hey everyone, it's Nick with Savemyplant. How's everyone doing? I guess you guys are doing well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do an update of the spring-summer garden. As you can see here, I showed this tube to you guys before, the solar. I still need to, bump up the voltage so I can get brighter lights. So I'm still using this one here. This is my fail-proof system that I've used for many years, and everything is doing pretty well. I started using a different seed starting mix. I'll go into further detail about that later. So yeah, some basil. That's actually cotton. I don't know. I found some cotton seeds. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. This right here is a money tree clipping, or a branch it broke. What I have it soaking in is azos. It's not a rooting hormone, but it helps. It's an organic way of rooting clippings, and to help save energy to root, I cut all the leaves in half. So far it's been like this for about 3 weeks, no change whatsoever. So as you can see, I have quite a bit of transplanting to do in the back there, and yeah, everything's doing pretty good here. Let's go outside. Alright, we're outside, so the first stop is a worm farm. I got this idea, well, I've known about it for a while. I've never tried it. The reason I did one, because I had this tote. It came out of my hoop house, which is currently shut down for now, and so I just went ahead and drilled some holes in the top, and this can still be used as my reservoir. Okay, there's worms in there. But in my gardener, he's shown in a couple videos, tremendous amount of progress. It looks like it's doing really well, so I decided to give it a try. One thing I am doing differently from him, I don't know if he's doing this or not, it didn't seem like it. My kitchen scraps I actually put in a blender, and I blend it up into just fine paste, and then pour it on top to feed the worms. I found when I just tossed in whole pieces of lettuce, usually the flies will get to it first. I do have a screen in there to keep the flies out from getting into the holes, but it's not 100% fail proof. But the slurry seems to help so that the nutrients, the food, can actually seep into the soil where the worms are. We're going ahead and look at the roses. As I mentioned, there hasn't been much of a winter, so these are really not hibernating very well. So I gave in, started giving it feed again. This time I'm actually going with stuff called Cha-Ching. MBK is 95010, so it's very high in phosphorus. Helps with the development of the buds. 1 second. Alright, back to what I was saying. I got a bud dial. So I'm using Cha-Ching. Usually I use the Bear rose feed, which I'm going to try to get away from because it's not organic. Did they really call me again? There's gonna be a butt dial. Another butt dial. I'm not gonna answer it next time. So I'm trying to get away from the Bear non-organic feed, and I'm gonna use this Cha-Ching, which is organic, and it's for essential oils. I'm also gonna give it, my usual seaweed concentrate, that sort of stuff. I already have buds coming in, which is really nice. That's why I decided just to go ahead and start feeding it. It's doing really well. Alright, on to the plants. So the plants are doing pretty good. I've had them outside now for a few months, or for a good month now. Top here is all artichokes. It's time for these to transplant. How do I know? So these are the baby leaves. The leaves they start off with. This one right here actually looks like an artichoke leaf. The ones over here are better noticeable. But these are the mature leaves, so it's ready to transplant. Trinidad scorpions are doing pretty good. Bucciolochia, love vines are doing well. Tomatoes, I actually had these back in the hoop house, and they were definitely developing early blight due to the humidity levels in there. which is not expected because it's supposed to be winter, it's supposed to be cool. I put them in there just so that the wind doesn't get to them, so there's a little bit more of a warmer environment because I had them sitting on heating pads. So they started developing early blight. I went ahead and pulled them out and I snipped off all the infected leaves. One thing, a test that's something I do, I don't know if everyone else does it or even thinks it's valid, is test flexibility of the main stem. If you're able to bend it, it's still a healthy plant. See, this is very flexible. Once they get stiff, usually is a sign that they're going to be stunted, that the growth is going to be stunted. They're not going to do as well. The disease or whatever they came in contact with, or the fungus, really did too much damage to really save them. If these were all stiff, I would just throw them all away and start fresh. I am going to start a new batch though. I'm going to do San Marzanos and some more Romas, just to guarantee that I'm going to have some healthy plants. And here are some more chilies I need to transplant. They have the mature leaves now. This is an actual artichoke. So some of these cells did not develop or already harvested out the mature pepper, and they're in the pixie cups here. So whatever soil was left in there, I just stuck an artichoke in there and they're growing. Over here I have sunflowers. These are actually originally seeds from Random Helena, from the sunflowers that volunteered last year. I saved that many seeds. So, a lot of sunflowers. As soon as these are done, I'm going to use the same containers and just keep on going with it. I mentioned my seed starting mix. This is what I normally would use. This is now, I don't know if you can see that, Nick's seed starting potting mix. It's no longer Miracle growing here. And surplus I put into Ziploc bags. And this is screened compost and potting mix and steer manure, which I always leave out in the sun in a hot spot so it continues to break down and compost some more. Okay, so you can see this is really nice and fluffy, very fine. And the waste, well, it's not even waste, but the stuff that I wasn't able to screen out is this stuff that I'm growing the sunflowers in. So as you can see, it's very, very woody. There's a lot of chunks in here. So from that to this, it's a huge difference. And so far I have all those bell peppers in the set I showed you inside. They were germinating with the new stuff. It's doing very well. Those bell peppers germinated in 5 days. Peppers in general take 15 days. Alright. So what I have here is a potato box. Not the greatest build. When I was putting the lag bolts through for the base here, it pushed out. So it's not perfectly square the way I wanted it, which is 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 by 2. So it's a little bit bigger, which is fine. This is all from reclaimed wood. Only thing I purchased was that 2x4. These two 2x4s. It was one of them for $3. The rest is all reclaimed wood. Cost me nothing. These slats. I have a friend. He installs appliances, and Bosch, the way they package their dishwashers and washing machines or whatever, they don't use standard foam. They use wooden slats, such as these inside the box. So one box can have up to 5 or 6 of these, 1-bys. They even have the larger ones. And he just lets me have as many as I want. He has a whole trash can full of them. So I just help myself. So eventually this will be as tall. These slats will go all the way up as the potatoes progress. Onions and garlic are doing pretty good. I'm not really sure what's up with the garlic. Why is it all twisty and viney, weird looking? I don't know. I rarely do garlic. Compost tea, I have another set going. And instead of siphoning it out like I kept on doing, I'm going to install this spigot. It's just what is it, a 1-inch hole to a 3/4 inch grommet to a 1/2 inch PVC, 1/2 inch to a female fitting. The brass spigot and artichokes. Planted these last 2 years ago. They just keep on coming back. It's perfect. I got some volunteer tomatoes growing out of this thing. Because I remember I chucked a tomato at it. A rotten tomato, and it's growing. Alright. That's all I got going on. My girlfriend got me, or my fiance, we're now engaged, purchased this apple tree for me. This is an Anna apple, which is pretty cool. It already has apples on it. I don't know. She knew I needed another apple tree to cross-pollinate with my pink lady, but I don't think the blooming times or blooming schedule are in sync. I need a crab apple. That's cool. Can't wait to get that in the ground. I might hold off on putting it on the ground because I don't want the apples to drop. Bananas, they're doing well. Pretty good. And in here, just emptied up, cleaned out. Told you I didn't have much going on there. Some more rabbit poop, which I'm letting hot compost in here. It's looking pretty good. Got some grass growing in there. I have to keep an eye on that. I don't want grass growing in there. Some more compost with a tomato growing out the side. Love the smell of tomatoes. Alright, that's all I got. I'm gonna let you guys go. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them below. I have more time now to be able to, answer questions and comments. No longer working for, this place for good reason. But I have something else lined up, so I have a couple weeks off. Alright, talk to everyone later. Hope everyone's doing well.